Hello, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're a new viewer here, welcome on board. My name is Omoye, the girl loved by God, and you are in for a lot of juicy stuff. And if you're a returning viewer, it means so much to me that you're coming back. So welcome on board. So in my previous video, I spoke about, or I asked some of my fellow corp members to give advice that they'll give to someone who would be starting their service here soon. And in today's video, I decided to take it upon myself to share some profitable tips or some profitable ways that you can plan your Nysc year, what you can do during the waiting season before you go for your orientation camp. I thought about wearing my copper uniform, but I was like, no, that's not it. It's not necessary, So moving on, the first thing that you should do while you are waiting for your orientation camp that would help you in this next 1 year is to discover yourself. Personally, I feel this is very important. For me, I had just left school, so I left school like in August, and my camp was around, it should be November. My camp was November, so I had a period of August to November to try out different things. And if you were someone that did not have so much time to discover yourself, all you are doing during your 4 years or 5 years in school was to attend classes, go for this, go for that, and you never truly discovered who you wanted to be, you can use this period to know it. You can use this period to document what you want to achieve in this 1 year. What are some areas you feel like you want to actually grow in this 1 year? So endeavor to discover yourself, know who you are, and know who God has called you to be for this 1 year and beyond. So the second thing you can do while you are waiting or during the waiting season for your orientation camp is to take a course. It is another way to discover yourself. You can take courses online and then maybe go for conferences. And if you are someone that still did not go for much conference while you were in school, use this opportunity. Apply for programs that you can go for, whether for volunteering sake or just for different things, just to empower yourself and to know more things before you actually go to the workforce. As if you have never had any internship position before, if you have never applied for any internship position before. So take courses. For me, between August to November, I applied for a course and then I started blogging, and from blogging to I did a program, and that program was so mind-blowing. I was so happy that I was selected for the program, literally. And there are people that I have become so close to because of that program. So use this opportunity to take courses, leverage it on taking as many courses as you can take. And it will also add to your CV, getting certificates to your field of study. So use this opportunity, leverage on it. So take that course right now and discover more ways or more things you are interested in. And so the third thing you can do during your waiting season for your orientation camp is to deepen your relationship with God. I don't know how much I can emphasize this, but literally, you need to deepen your relationship with God, your intimacy with God before going for that camp. Because camp can be so consuming, it can be so overwhelming at times that it can literally affect your personal devotion with God. In camp, we're waking up by 4 to come out, or we're waking up by 4 because we need to come out by 6. So you know that you need to bathe, you need to do some things before 6 o'clock that you will leave. So it's going to be very, very, very crowded. So ensure that you have deepened your relationship with God before you go for your camp and before your 1 year serving. Deepening your relationship with God also helps in clarity. It gives you clarity. For one, I can say that with the fact that I was able to know God more before I came for camp, it literally helped me. And in my blog, I shared my camp experience. I would add the link in the description below, so you can check it out. You can find 1 or 2 things to learn from it. I literally just wrote out some things that I would have told myself before I went for camp, what to expect in camp. So I will add the link in the description below. You can go there just to read and learn. So don't forget, deepen your relationship with God. It is very vital. So before we move on, if you haven't liked this video yet, please ensure to like and hit the subscribe button. It doesn't bite. And if you have any contributions so far, or if there's any question you'd like to ask concerning your camp experience or whatever thing that I have said so far, just drop it in the comment section. Let's find out. So the fourth thing you should do while you are waiting for your orientation camp, or in the waiting season, as I'd like to call it, for your orientation camp, is to get all the necessary documents you need for camp. You don't want to go to camp and be so stressed out because of you don't have this document. They're telling you you need to get this document. So ensure to get all your documents ready. And for my own personal experience, I would say come to camp early. It pays. I didn't come to camp early, so I literally spent a lot of time with my registration, and I was so stressed, really stressed out. I think the first 3 days I didn't even know myself. Camp experience can be a lot, but that will be a video for another day. But regardless, get all the documents that you need. Get your student ID card, get your call-up letter, get your statement of results, or your certificate. That's if your school has given to you already. Get your certificate. Get your green slip. Is there any other thing you should get? I think, and then your passports. Can't really remember all the documents, but I think those are like the vital things that we asked, and other things included. So make research for the documents that you will be required to bring to your camp. Also, get your medical fitness documents. Don't go and get it from sources that are not true. Get it from the original source, please. Ensure to get it. And I think that's it. Just get all the necessary documents, because it saves your time during registration. It saves your time and it's less stressful, basically. And the fifth thing you can do before you go for orientation camp, once you know where you are going to be posted, is to start applying for jobs. This is very, 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 very important. Start applying for jobs, because you don't want to get a PPA that you don't like. Get. And most times, I don't know if all states approves of this, that you can send your request letter before they post you. Well, I think in Lagos it is allowed. So start applying for jobs. If your state allows it, start applying for jobs, so that by the time you are done with camp, or even before camp or during camp, you would submit your request letter that this is where you want to work at during your 1 year. And in applying for jobs, you will need to provide a very good CV. So if you have not had any CV yet, if you have not started writing out your CV, that's why I mentioned start taking courses, because it will help you to look more attractive to your employee. So start writing your CV. And if you have no idea on how to get by your CV, a friend of mine wrote a book called Resume Do It Yourself. I would be adding the link to get the book in the description below. So ensure to get the book. It will guide you on where to focus more in your CV according to your field of study. And I believe there's also a template in the book, so make good use of it. The book is not for sale yet, it is still for free. So ensure to leverage on it. Start writing your CV and start applying for job. Take courses. This is what will help you, literally. So for me at that moment, or when I was planning for my orientation camp, I didn't think much about these things. So I never applied for any job, and where I'm currently working is where Nysc posted me. And God, with God's favor, it's actually a very good place. So if you don't want to land just anywhere, please start applying for job. If your state allows it, start applying for job and then submit your request letter. I believe if your state allows it, it will be mentioned during your camp orientation. So I think that is it. Let's do a little recap. First, discover yourself by engaging in so many things and documenting what you want to achieve or ways you want to grow in this next 1 year. The second is take courses. Take as many courses as you can in your field of study or in other parts that you want to venture into. The third is deepen your relationship with God. Literally, deepen your relationship with God. It gets why. And then the fourth thing that you should do is to get all your necessary documents ready before your orientation camp. You don't want to pass through stress. I'm telling you, you don't want to pass through stress. And then the last but not the least is to start applying for jobs before your orientation camp so that you can get a request letter. And before we go, let me just add one last thing that you should do before your orientation camp or during the waiting season of your orientation camp, and that is pray. Literally pray, because this is something I did before my orientation camp and it has helped me so much. If you're not sure what to pray about clarity, pray about favor, pray about protection, pray about provision, because most of us, we may not always be posted to a very good place for our camp, and you of course you have the privilege to relocate, but then your camp, please pray for protection, that nothing happens to you when you are going to camp and when you are coming back. Pray for provision throughout this whole 1 year. Pray for favor in your PPA, favor in your house apartments that you will get, favor in just different things. Literally pray for favor, and then pray for clarity on what to do and ways to go, just in case at any point in time you hit a roadblock. You know that God is going to give you clarity on how to pass that roadblock. So pray. So that is literally all for today. I hope you got one or two from all that I have said. And I don't think I talk about this a lot, but I have a blog where I share content on growth from my own personal experience, and you know my niche, which is personal growth, spiritual growth, most especially spiritual growth, your career, and then your finances, how you manage your money. And in this week's blog post, I shared 5 books that would be great for you to read, that will help you in your growth journey. I'll be sharing the link below, so just click the link to subscribe. I remain Omoye, the girl loved by God, here to share with you content on growth and to remind you that you are loved by God and you have so much potential inside of you yet to be unleashed. So, dear Abba's beloved, see you in my next video. Don't forget to subscribe, to like, and to share your thoughts with me.